Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm 23 years old. I've been climbing for 9 years. I'm an anaesthetic nurse, part-time climber and coach. A really important thing with bouldering is the warm-up. I know we're all guilty of it sometimes, but it's really important to make sure you're doing a full body warm-up before you jump on. So really simple, no static stretching, dynamic warm-up starting from the head and going all the way down to the toes. Your ankles are the last things to come off the wall once you jump for something, so it's so important to warm up, doing some calf raises or even just doing some jumps on the spot. I always tell anyone that I'm coaching or anyone that's on the wall to take rests. Bouldering is like climbing a flight of steep stairs if you haven't done it before. So if you were to climb up a stair up and down 5 times, so imagine you were going up a climb, you fell off, jump back again, jump back again. That's how you get really tired and drained. Sit down, take rests. That's the one thing I love about bouldering, is that it's such a social sport as well. So an important part about climbing is making sure you're training all the muscles that you don't use when you're climbing or bouldering. Really easy thing to do, and to add either at the start of your session or at the end of your session, is something called I's, Y's and T's. That can either be done with rings or TRX. Really simple. With the TRX, I'll show you. You're going to come into an I position, back down, keeping those shoulders back and engaged, to a Y position, back down and engage, and a T position. So what that should look like all in full. So you're leaning back. The further under you are, the harder it is. The further back you are, the easier it is. Start further back first and work your way out. So I, back down, keep those shoulders engaged. Y, back down, and a T, back down. Something that someone told me once stuck with me. It's the 5 steps to being more efficient with your climbing. So step 1, for instance, this orange 2, nice and easy to start off with. We're gonna 1, identify all our hand holds. So come with me. We're gonna have a look at all the holds. I'm pretty useless in competitions and in climbing in general, so I literally scan the wall all the way and trying to identify everything. So we've got a hold here, we've got some holds down here, here, here. I can see one there, there, there. Goodness, I picked a climb with lots of holds. There, there. There's some sneaky footholds out there. Awesome, that's step 1. Step 2, find a hand sequence with your holds. So I'm going to start to think about the directions that the holds are and how I'm going to approach them. So I can see that's pointing that way. My hands are both there together. That's facing out to the right, so to the right, so on. And then you can come up with a sequence for yourself. This way you're prepared and have a plan A to go with up the wall. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. You've thought about it. You can move on and be more efficient with your climbing. Right, that's step 2. Step 3, we're going to think about that again, but with our feet, right? So we're going to do our same hand sequence, but think about our feet. Easy? And step 4, it's so cheesy, but you have to believe in yourself. You need to believe that you can do the climb. Otherwise, you won't give your best attempt, and that's a wasted attempt. And step 5 is when we link it all together. You go to the bottom of the climb, give yourself a deep breath, and give yourself 100% on the climb. If you're not going to give 100%, that's where errors can be made. You need to be focused and give it a really good go. After you've done your dynamic warm-up, climbing is another great way to slowly build into your limit sessions with bouldering. So what you're going to do, this is the best time to pick a nice easy climb and exaggerate your technique. You're going to pretend you're in front of a whole panel of judges, and that way you're going to make sure you're putting your toes on the best part of the hold, making sure it's right at the tip, not misplacing your foot, and making sure you're staring until that foot's at that spot. Once it's placed and ready to go, then you can look up and go. And these are points where you refine your movement and technique, so you're going to take it nice and slow. You're not going to rush it. This is all for you, and it'll count in the future. One thing I love about bouldering is that it's a massive puzzle, but also a short puzzle as well. So one thing with bouldering, the best bit is if you're falling off at a different section, climb up rainbow and go onto that move and work that move. That way you can build in muscle memory, body awareness and technique. And once you think you've pieced all the pieces together, do it from start to finish and see how you go. And that's how you excel in climbing. There's no point in going, oh, that climb's too hard for me. That's when you give it a go and you get out of your comfort zone and you play on everything. So there's two types of climbing. There's dynamic climbing and static climbing. A good climber can utilize them both to help them get up to the top. One thing I struggled to do when I first started was to do big moves. One way that I trained that was something called eliminates. So you pick a climb, something easier maybe. So for instance, just a move here, we're just doing sections, you don't have to tire yourself out. So the blue here. So you look at it, maybe I'm going to try this, eliminating that hold. Then again, you might try going from these two to the next hold. So let's try it. So I'm up here, I've got my foot down there. I'm going to try and avoid that hold. So I'm just going to go up there. That was too easy. Let's try it again. And then that way, you can make your body more familiar with doing bigger moves, and you can take away as little or as many holds as you like. Bouldering can be quite strength intensive sometimes, and one of the safest ways that we can improve our strength is through climbing. So one drill that you can do is something called pauses. So you're going to climb onto something, again, something easy, not too hard. You're going to come onto it, and before every move, you're going to lock off both arms, 1, 2, 3, back down, and go up for the hold. And again, sort your feet out and bring it in. 1, 2, 3. And if that's too easy, that's when you can start doing one-handed stuff. So again, next hold, hovering your hand above that hold. 1, 2, 3. Hand back down. And again, 1, 2, 3. And if that's too easy, that's when you can start working on some foot-free methods. So locking off and hovering up. 1, 2, 3. And going again. One really important thing as well with climbing and bouldering is to make sure that you listen to your body. So if anything hurts or if anything feels uncomfortable, stop. Oh. I hope you guys can take some of these tips, and I hope it brings a bit more to your climbing sessions. Looking forward to seeing you at the gym.